Marcus Aurelius says, "Nowhere you can go that's more peaceful, more free from interruptions than your soul. Retreat to talk to your soul, and then face what awaits you." Marcus Aurelius was a Roman emperor after Christ. He was known as the last of the 5 good emperors. During that period, he wrote many autobiographical writings known as meditations, which he constantly recommended for the pursuit of serenity in life. While his meditations often stress the value of rising early and seizing the day, he also highlights the importance of withdrawing internally and finding peace. Thanks to his records, we have a reasonable idea of what his nighttime routine would have been like. In today's video, we will talk about 7 things that Marcus Aurelius could have done in the evening or late afternoon, and how we can follow or adjust this routine for today's lives. With that said, let us get started. Number 1. Eliminate external stimuli. Marcus Aurelius says it is in your control to withdraw yourself whenever you desire. It is established that Marcus Aurelius used his evenings to detach, while he is most famous for his philosophy, advising us to live every day as if it were the last. He also believed in setting aside time to seek retreat within his mind, to renew himself. He did this to relieve himself from stress or negative emotions, disconnecting from external stimuli and looking for value in introspection. External stimuli are alterations outside the body or the knowledge transmitted through our senses. These days, we constantly encounter external stimuli, particularly when interacting with people and technology. To meet the superficial demands of today's society, we overwhelm ourselves, and our lives have become full of tasks, commitments, meetings, and emails. We lose our freedom and peace of mind. And even though we aspire to create a balance between our professional and private lives, inevitably we return home feeling exhausted, burdened, and stressed. Our nighttime routine usually involves catching up on social media, watching television, or trying to respond to those last-minute emails. We need to reduce stimuli and declutter our minds. So your nighttime routine should be a moment you devote to yourself. This entails removing many of the evening activities you've got used to and replacing them with new ones that will help you disconnect and concentrate on yourself. This means setting your technology to sleep at least half an hour before bed and looking for tranquility. This can be as easy as a guided 5-minute meditation, a body scan, or a breathing exercise. Mindfulness meditations assist in soothing an overactive mind and focus on your physical body. This type of meditation can be a retreat within ourselves, and the result of incorporating it into your nighttime routine can be tremendously helpful. Meditation is known to reduce anxiety, boost mood, and also substantially improve sleep. Your bedtime routine should be a pause from the busy world and a retreat to your peaceful self. While indulging in TV show races, playing video games, going out with friends, or browsing social media may seem like a personal break, these activities don't help you achieve tranquility. They distract you from getting it, and while sleep is essential, it often isn't enough to restore you after a hectic day. A genuinely relaxing nighttime routine must involve something that allows your mind to switch off. Number 2, contemplate your inner wisdom. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, mastery of reading and writing needs a master, even more so life. A sage is someone considered experienced in a specific area and is admired for their wisdom, judgment, and skill. For many people, this sage is a role model. Stoics took time to think about their sages and whether their actions were those of the sage. Marcus Aurelius regarded his sage as Zeno, the founder of Stoic philosophy, and often asked himself, what would Zeno do? The contemplation of the sage is a nightly moment where you reflect on your day or on the person you are and ask yourself what your role model would do. Your role model could be someone you know or an idea of a perfect person. It's crucial to clearly define this person to determine if your actions correspond with your role model. As part of your nighttime routine, set aside a few minutes to think about your role model and ask yourself, did you act as your role model would have? How can you progress tomorrow so your life matches up better with your role models? What characteristics of your role model did you identify in yourself today? Incorporating a few minutes into your nighttime routine to consider the situations you encountered today and whether you reacted as you believe your role model would have can heighten your understanding of your choices for tomorrow. and make you a better person. Precisely the kind of person you truly admire. Number 3. Embrace a higher perspective. In the words of Marcus Aurelius, consider the matter in its entirety of which you have the smallest part, as well as time in its totality of which just a brief period has been given to you, and the works of destiny and how smaller is your part in them. Marcus Aurelius tells us to think about life from the cosmic point of view, or to have a view from above. A view from above refers to taking an expanded viewpoint on your life and looking at yourself and your day as if observing from a third-person perspective to remove your feelings and anxieties. It is known that in his evenings, Aurelius meditated on his life from the point of view of the cosmos to overcome his limited personal perspective. In today's society, there are numerous distractions. We are bombarded with advertisements, information, opinions, and interruptions when we walk out of the house. When we're away from work or with our family, we're on our cell phones, listening to the radio, watching TV, or using our laptops. All of this results in mental exhaustion. It's challenging to find time to think and breathe. Our focus is occupied by games, videos, and TV shows, and the fact that our attention is often directed toward other things makes it challenging for us to tackle our problems, stresses, and commitments. To help with this, the Stoic practice of adopting a higher perspective can be applied to reduce the weight of our issues, shifting our view to a level above ourselves. You can start by devoting some quiet time in the evening to observe everything around you, your home, and those you live with. Consider their feelings, how you connect with them, and what challenges, hopes, and fears they may have. Then, widen the perspective to see your town and how all the people around you have unique lives about which you know nothing. They have hopes, aspirations, and fears just like you. Continue to broaden your perspective to see your nation, and then proceed to encompass the entire perspective of the world, considering all the people on the planet, all our lives spread across countries, social classes, cultures, and races. Think about the difficulties that some of the less fortunate are facing. Continue to grow to the solar system, the universe, and every aspect of existence. When we observe ourselves from above, we discover that we are not separate people, disconnected from the things surrounding us, but part of a larger participant in everything that surrounds us. Looking at ourselves from the outside makes us see ourselves and our concerns more objectively. When we separate ourselves from the worries, anxieties, and challenges we face, we can see them more clearly with less feeling and have a greater possibility of comprehending their causes and solutions. It becomes easier to see things in context. If you're feeling down because somebody insulted you, try this exercise. It's much easier to cope with the emotional challenges we experience when we put things into perspective. Disputes and little disagreements look trivial in comparison. Many of our challenges can dissolve when we compare them to the challenges others face or the vastness of space. Number 4. Spend time with family. Marcus Aurelius says, "People who live longer and those who will die soonest lose the same thing, for the present is all that they can give up, because that is all you have, and what you do not have, you can't lose." For Marcus Aurelius, it was time to be with family at the end of the day. He loved his kids and his wife very much. Even though he was essentially prominent and swamped, he paid attention to them. In the evening, he would tuck his kids into bed and kiss them, silently telling himself, "Don't rush this. It could be the last time you do it. It's not guaranteed that both of you will make it through the night." He loved them. He valued that thing right before him, which was the most significant moment in his life. And then, he kissed them goodnight. He did this regularly for as long as he was fortunate enough to live. The Stoics utilized the contemplation of death as a practice for reminding themselves of the impermanence of life. A famous nurse in Australia who dedicated herself to taking care of terminally ill patients said that one of the greatest regrets of a dying person is the wish to have spent longer with family. Her patients often lamented missing out on their children's youth and the companionship of their partners due to the pressures of modern life. Families spend only half an hour of quality time together throughout the week, and even when families do come together, many parents say that time is spent in silence in front of the TV because they are too busy reading, playing computer games, or too exhausted to talk. Just like the Stoics, if we regularly consider our mortality and remind ourselves that there will come times when we or the kids won't wake up to enjoy every moment of life, we will begin to make some changes to spend more time with family and frequently tell our kids or our family that we love them. Family time is a critical component that promotes strong bonds, love, connections, and relationships among family members. Spending quality time with family helps cope with difficulties, instills a sense of security, instills family values, and gives confidence to children. Number 5, engage in physical exercise. Marcus Aurelius says, "It is a disgrace for a man to get old without experiencing the beauty and strength of which his body is capable." Even though Marcus Aurelius lived nearly 2,000 years ago, he knew the benefits of physical fitness. He understood that a healthy mind could not exist without a healthy body. The Stoics believed that even a simple exercise practice may teach us virtuous life skills such as determination, self-improvement, discipline, overcoming obstacles, and building self-esteem. They knew it was more essential to exercise these self-mastery skills than for external approval. Regardless of what the media may lead us to believe, the Stoics knew back then that seeking a perfect body just for showing off rarely leads to happiness. Often, we dodge our exercise session with excuses like, "I'm too exhausted," "I have an important meeting tomorrow and don't want to get discomfort," or "I'm so overwhelmed at work that I can't even think about exercising." Although many of us avoid exercise for many different reasons, it provides incredible advantages for our mental and physical well-being, and we shouldn't disregard it as part of our routine. Any form of exercise, whether participating in sports or going to the gym, can be helpful, as it releases a flood of brain chemicals that make us feel good, known as endorphins, which relieve stress levels and boost our mood. If you exercise in the evening, it may assist you in falling asleep faster, leaving you feeling refreshed and ready to start the following day. Consider taking a quick evening walk to relax your mind, and as you walk, notice the air and the surroundings around you. Let your mind switch from meditative thoughts of the day to observing the night sky under which you walk. Gently moving your body and appreciating the beauty of nature around you can assist in clearing your mind from a hectic day and prepare you for a restful night's sleep. Number 6, review your day. According to Marcus Aurelius, nothing has such power to widen the mind as being able to look into systematically and sincerely all that occurs under observation in life. The Stoics believed that the two most significant times for reflection were in the morning and at night. Getting ready for the day by jotting down your ideas in a morning diary and analyzing the day that has passed. Marcus Aurelius wrote his meditations to review his daily life and ideas to gain personal clarity. He kept a steady watch on his everyday conduct and choices. The Stoics emphasized the benefits of being conscious of one's actions and highlighted the importance of setting aside time at the end of each day to review what happened as a way to become more aware generally. The Stoics described this kind of attention as bringing self-awareness to one's actions and evaluating whether they correspond with one's higher self. Stoics compared this type of daily reflection to presenting a case in court. You recall and judge your day by self-examining your daily actions and decisions and then evaluating them systematically. This isn't meant to be a practice of judgment, but rather a compassionate review that will help you make better future decisions. Consider incorporating this type of daily review into your nighttime routine by setting aside time before bed to recall the day that has just passed. Review every moment of the day from when you woke up to the present. Meditate on all the different decisions that you made. What did you accomplish well today? What kinds of feelings did you experience? Which parts of your day caused discomfort? How can you learn from what happened today? What didn't you achieve today that you would have liked to? Daily reflections play an essential part in Stoic philosophy. They help us prepare for the next day by jotting down what we would have liked to get done today. They are also crucial for assessing whether our daily actions correspond with the person we genuinely want to be. For example, during the review of your day, you might recall an event like a bad experience due to a misunderstanding while purchasing your morning coffee. You'll be able to determine how this interaction left you uncomfortable and annoyed. You'll emphasize the time you spent, dwelling on what happened and how it affected your mood during the morning. You can reflect on how you would have liked to deal with the situation differently, or how that interaction turned insignificant in the greater context of your day. By being mindful of this event, the next time you face a similar situation, you'll handle it with greater mindfulness. Setting aside time at night to review the day's achievements is essential to living a Stoic life. Number 7. Prepare for the mornings. Marcus Aurelius says, "In what you do, do not procrastinate." Marcus Aurelius emphasized the value of waking up early every morning. He did this to set up a routine in the morning that optimized every living moment. Therefore, sleep is meant to be a vital experience, not a time to give in to laziness. A morning routine was essential to Aurelius, but part of this morning routine began even before the morning, as he got ready for the next day the night before. The Stoics prepared for the day by setting aside morning time to practice their days. They did this by thinking about what they wanted to accomplish that day, planning for potential results, and reflecting on themselves. These types of reflections were practiced by most Stoics in the morning and also in the evening. To start, you can get ready the night before to make waking up easier. This could mean choosing your clothes for the next day, arranging your bag for work, or following a straightforward morning routine. Think of it as a set of actions to take without having to engage your brain to think about what to decide, as it was already decided the night before. Remember this: the more decisions you make during the day, the less effective they become. Save your mental space for making minor choices, like what to wear in the morning. Not only is this helpful to your well-being, but it will also make waking up a more pleasant experience. Planning for the next day over your nighttime routine will help you with your morning routine and minimize anxiety about the tasks awaiting you when you wake up. If you enjoyed this video, please support us by subscribing, liking, and sharing this video.